Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video, I'll be doing my AFL Fantasy Men's Round 22 team reveal. I have to actually put the men's part in there because we have started the women's, and in the last day of that being there, it's been an amazing response from everyone. But anyway, let's just jump into this video here. So as you can see here, I don't think anything's changed in my backline. I am gunning with Nick Martin in there still. I haven't changed that up just because, he's had an amazing year so far, but also, whoopsie, went to the wrong one. I really like this Gold Coast matchup here. I would show it on DFS, but I'm going to make this video quick. I think I did show it on the trade targets video when I was going through maybe holding. I think I was describing how to that maybe holding Nick Martin this week just because Gold Coast was the best transition team and Nick Martin was a really good transition scorer, especially turnovers, and that sort of matchup lent itself into the way that the likes of Nick Newman was scoring, and that sort of similar formula there. So I have high hopes in him actually turning out a really good score against Gold Coast. He did end up playing Gold Coast for 97 earlier this year. So if he scores a 97 again, then I'm going to count that as a win because 97 isn't the worst. And then we can trade him out next week. Whitfield is just continuing on being Whitfield. He plays Brisbane, so I wouldn't be touching a VC or C on this one. And I haven't actually really decided on my VC or C. One of them at least, just because of the matchups here. I don't really like the matchups too much, or at least I don't have the right players for the matchups to particularly be the best. As in, I might have the number 2 or number 3 midfielder for that team in the right matchup, but I don't really trust them. Like a Caleb Sarong against Geelong should do well, but I don't necessarily trust him to go that 130, 140 rather than someone else. So I may go Caleb Sarong and just gun it and just hope that he can do really well against that Geelong midfield, which particularly gives up points. But I feel like that's just a very big risk because he hasn't really been performing well, or at least up to a huge ceiling standard in the last little bit. So that's sort of where I'm stuck on that one a little bit. Whitfield, she's all doing things. Comes up against West Coast. This could actually be now thinking about it, this could be the VC game here. And yeah, I did really want to do a straight swap of English and Grundy to Cherry and Marshall, but they both went too big that I was a good. Let me actually just show you the trades here. So that was one trade. Let me just let me roll back the sides so that I can show you how close I think I was. I think I was about 20k off, 20k or so, which is only a matter of like 10 points like swing basically. Like I could go Gorn, but okay, I was 80k off. That's a lot more. So yeah, I was a little bit off on this one. And if I had gone, wait a second, let me just check. Peatling, let's just see. He went up 69k, so he was like 69, so he was 495, 496, 487, and so I would still be about 53k off if I had gone Philippou the previous week. But if I just go this, and I want Rowan Marshall, I think, just because of the matchups. But then again, Tristan Cherry's matchups, Eagles, they're still pretty good. Whereas Tristan Cherry's, I think, are really good matchups at the moment because Nankervis is just giving a lot up at the moment. And you see here he isn't reliant too much on hitouts. And when he does get those huge hitout games like he did in the Adelaide game, he went 150 against a similar ruck style. And he even went 130 against, was this a dual ruck of Goldstein and Draper? Because that just shows. And he went even big against the likes of the Lions. And so yeah, he goes big regardless pretty much of king goals. So yeah, I think he's got a really good matchup. Whereas Tristan Cherry, I do really like the matchup against the Eagles, but I just don't know if he'll outscore the likes of Romo, who averages another like 5 on top of him, is it? Yeah, 4 on top of him, plus I think has like 5 or 6 points better matchups. So that's the reason why I've gone Marshall a little bit more expensive than I did have 32k. And there was a consideration of going the likes of Green up, but I didn't really like, particularly if we just go to plays I can afford. Last 3, there was Steele against Richmond, which probably is a really good matchup, actually, now considering it. But then I do have to go for Peatling, who could be potentially sub against Brisbane. He did go 81 against Brisbane. So it's like, am I going Peatling or Philippou, or am I going Steele against the likes of Steele versus Green, or do I go Peatling versus like Philippou and having the potential to get a loophole in there if Peatling does really well? It's sort of a massive which way do you go? Am I able to get Brayshaw, who does he play? They have one good matchup. Ed Richards I don't really like that. Sinclair could be an interesting one with the last three there. Richmond, has he played Richmond earlier this year? He did for a 105. Geelong, has he played earlier this year? Didn't play. And then Carlton, has he played them this year? Carlton? No, it doesn't look like it. So I could go down that route as well of going like a Sinclair, who's, he's doing pretty well in the last little bit. A 110, a 104, and a 132. So you could go down that route. Actually, let me just check this, because this could be big thoughts, because basically I have to decide between getting between playing what's the gap between playing a Green to a Steele/Sinclair versus the trade-off of that versus like the Peatling versus Philippou debate, who Philippou has the Richmond matchup. So do I want to get which guy do I think will score less against the Brisbane matchup, and which guy do I think will score more against the St Kilda matchup? It's basically the whole premise of this. I want this one here. I want this one here, and I want this one here. So if I go here and I go to here and I go to transition turnover, you'll see Richmond are top here. And 89 and 19, and then who has and also where are Brisbane? Brisbane are down the bottom, minus 21 to 1 and 57. So I really want kicking guys from there. Then we'll first go to GWS just to see who has where is Tom Green located at. Tom Green is more so on the and where is Peatling? Peatling is down here. Let's grab up his stats, if you will. Here we go. I just want to see, because Peatling is, obviously, we showed this earlier, is affected by the likes of, and also Peatling has Kelly coming back, which could impact him as well. And Brett Daniels did well in the middle, in the last quarter, so that could impact Peatling as well. But you'll see here, Peatling, you can see high turnover, and that is a very, very bad sign, given that Brisbane are the most restrictive turnover side. And you can see pretty much in all of his non-sub games here, he's got plus 25 plus turnover points and not much kick-ins, kick-ins is what we really want to see. And then he's got also pretty high on throw-ins, and also you can see centre bounce as well in all of the games that he's got non-sub roles in, which is if we look back here 1 second, you can see that they're negligible, I would say. I'm also looking at this negative turnover, and if we look at the likes of Tom Green, whose statistics sort of you can easily look at here, you'll see high CBAs, high CBs, which is a good stat, as well as, so I just think Tom Green has a chance also to go big, as he went 127 against Brisbane last time. So that's why I'm sort of more considerate of just going down the path of maybe not getting Steele, who, Steele, if we look back at here, where's Steele here? He played Richmond last time and went 131. Has he played Geelong? He went 108 against Geelong. If we look at this one here, is this on Steele? Turnovers here, you'll see, where is Steele? Steele has a very similar balance to the likes of Tom Green. And they are playing, if we go back to here, they're playing Richmond, who are pretty good in turnovers and in kick-ins as well. He doesn't get much in kick-ins. and then a lot in those stats there. Then we go all the way down to where is Philippou here, and we look at his stats. I don't need that anymore. And you'll see here Philippou high turnover, which is a really good sign here. High turnover, well, high stoppages as well, and then also a relatively high turnover again, and high CB as well, centre bounce. And if we look again, they're pretty good. They're still positive for centre bounce, which is a good sign. That's last 10 as well. Let's go to last 5, and it'll show you even more so what I'm trying to say here. Richmond are down here, and you see here with Richmond, their turnovers have dropped a little bit, their kick-ins are up, and their centre bounce work, their midfield is torn to shreds, basically. And Brisbane, you can see here, are minus 105 and 40, so they've actually gotten a little bit better on turnover. So I'm more so leaning to holding Tom Green and going for Philippou, given that Philippou has, as I probably hid like half the stuff on my screen because of my my face cam yet again. I'm more so leaning towards getting the Richmond matchup for Philippou. So that's the reason I think behind doing that move rather than Tom Green. I just have, I think, more faith in Tom Green being able to return to form. And to do that, I need to get rid of Evans, who's got a 65 break even or something. So he's probably going to lose money. Then we just go here. And then Hansen can jump into the midfield bench. And then we go to forwards. And Philippou is the best averaging forward. There's no one else here that I really like anyway either. And then we just go to make those trades. And those are the trades for the round. And then we go to C and VC. I think the C has to probably go on Marshall just because, you know, he's playing Richmond. That should be a really positive matchup. Do I go for Sarong bounce back against Geelong? What did he do earlier this year if he has played Geelong? Has he not played Geelong this year? Doesn't look like it. That's not a good sign. Averages 100 against Geelong, so that could be an all right VC. How did Merritt go if he's played Gold Coast before? I don't think he has. That's really weird. They're playing like the first time against some opponents in this matchup. You could go Butters against Melbourne. What did you do last time? A 79, and Rosie did 99. Probably wouldn't go there. Bontempelli, Dunkley's playing GWS. Did he go big against GWS last time? Only went 100. So I probably wouldn't go there either. Tom Stewart against Fremantle. Has he played Fremantle this year, even in his old role? It doesn't look like it. You could potentially go Stewart, but that would be a very, very big risk, I would think. As I don't think he plays terribly well against Freo, and I think that they'd maybe put like a Frederick on him or something. Dane Zorko has GWS. What did he go last time against GWS? He went 62, got tagged, so I wouldn't go there. Caldwell has the Suns. They haven't played the Suns. Isaac Heaney, I wouldn't be touching there. So it's quite hard to actually pick up a matchup and go, they're actually going to play well. Nick Dacos is going to get tagged. Nick Newman has Hawthorn, and against Hawthorn this year, hasn't played them just because no one's played their opponent this year. So yeah, it looks pretty much like we're going the Sheasel way with the VC yet again, just because there is like no one else. Hopefully next week we get a decent captain, just because Harry Sheasel being a VC, I'm happy with Sheasel being VC, but I don't know. There's something a little bit nerving, and let me do that actually because that is needed. I'm hoping Peatling can do that, because if Peatling can go large against Brisbane, then I can save a bucket load of cash next week, like 380k, and that 380k can basically mean that I think it's Manor or Humphreys can go to the likes of Philippou, as well as still upgrading Tim English to a Tristan Cherry, and then I'll be happy. And then I'll finally have the team that I sort of wanted a little bit. So yeah, that's sort of what I'm looking at. I don't really think there's anything else. Neil was just outside of the pay grade for Tom Green, but I don't like that matchup anyway. Was there any other yeah, there's just no one here that I'm really liking the matchups per se. Darcy Cameron went 85 against the Swans. I don't even like that for a cheapy ruck. Yeah, there's just no other really rucks that I'm looking at or anything. And yeah, just a lot of mistakes, and hopefully I don't make them next year. But that pretty much is the video going through my team reveal for round 22 with the trades, the VC and the C, and hopefully I can get a better week this week as, I mean, it wasn't a bad week, 2,400, ranked like 8,400, but hopefully we can get up into the top 5K or so. As I said, that was sort of a goal for the last 5 or 6 weeks, I think. And I think I've been trading pretty well the last couple of weeks, other than the Dunkley shocker, which, I mean, everyone sort of had. But the last week I definitely did trade really well. I gained, 50? I gained something like, 52 plus also 45 on 97. I gained 104 points last week through trades. So if I can gain 104 points through trades this week, then I'll be really, really happy. But anyway, that's the video. If you did enjoy it, remember to like and subscribe and put your notification bell on so you know when I upload, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.